Hello, this is Jeff Kelly, and in this video, I want to talk about coronavirus and our bankruptcy system. Now, I know a lot of people, when they see this title, they're going to think, well, bankruptcy has absolutely nothing to do with coronavirus. And the reason I think these two are connected is because I think our bankruptcy system is what's going to help people recover from the economic fallout that is about to happen. We've in the past couple of weeks, we've seen the Dow drop a good bit, 12% in a short period of time. I am not an economic advisor, financial expert at all when it comes to stocks and that kind of thing, but I will tell you that personally, I think it's going to drop a whole lot more because of supply chain disruptions, employees not being able to show up for work. And I don't think this is going to be like a short little blip. It's going to take us a while, and we will recover. We will get back on our feet. But in the meantime, in the year 2020, I predict the Dow is going to drop to about 16,000. And again, I could be way, 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 way off. But here's how I think the average American worker is going to be impacted. Most workers don't get a huge amount of sick leave, and experts say that the coronavirus can take as long as 3 weeks to recover from. So for those of us who have kids, it's going to be even worse because you could have it for 3 weeks, then recover, and then your child gets it for 3 weeks. And so, depending on how many kids you have, I mean, you could be missing a lot of work. Your spouse gets it, extended family, and so forth. So, as people miss work, there's going to be some who don't have the rainy day fund saved up, and they're going to miss mortgage payments, and they're going to miss car payments. And typically in the state of Georgia, when somebody's about 2 or 3 months behind on a mortgage, they will start foreclosure. Now, the good news is they can't just, swoop in overnight and take your house. They've got to advertise it for 4 consecutive weeks before the foreclosure date. You get plenty of notice, plenty of time. And so, for somebody who's been out of work for a while due to sickness and now they're back at work, Chapter 13 is an excellent tool for stopping a foreclosure. The foreclosure stops the day the bankruptcy case gets filed, and the arrearages can be paid through the Chapter 13 plan. So, once the case is filed, you're going to make all your future mortgage payments directly, just like you always have typically, and you'll pay the arrearages through the plan. Same thing with a car. If you fall behind on car payments, in Georgia, I've just noticed that in my 22 years of doing this, it's usually about 2 months. If somebody's behind 2 months or more on a car, they're going to come repossess it. Now, might they change this policy during a middle of a crisis? Maybe so. Maybe they will give people more time. But the great news is about Chapter 13 is that, again, once the case is filed, the car repossession stops, and you can pay for a car through a Chapter 13 plan and keep your head above water. So I do believe we're going to survive this crisis. I think it's going to take a long time. For people who have planned ahead, great, wonderful, but for the vast majority of people who I think might be caught off guard, there is hope in recovering economically with Chapter 13. On the the medical bill front, if you've got great insurance, wonderful, good for you. Some people don't, and the hospital, they're still going to treat people even if they don't have insurance. And you stay for a week in the hospital, I mean, you could be looking at just astronomical bills. And you can eliminate unsecured medical debt in a Chapter 13 the same way you can in a Chapter 7. Now, real quick, main difference between a 13 and a 7 are as follows. Typically in a Chapter 13, we're trying to pay for something like a house or a car. You can wipe debt out, but in a 13, there's something we're trying to save and protect. Contrast that with the Chapter 7. That's where you just wipe out all your debts and you get a fresh start. If you have any questions at all, we offer free consultations. You can reach us at 770-881-8449. We have office locations in Marietta, Kennesaw, Douglasville, Cartersville, Rome, and Dalton. I also have a website, www.kellycanhelp.com. I've got some blog posts there. And we also have a podcast at kellybankruptcy.com. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope you have a great day. Thank you.